I've picked my pattern papers for the back page. Well, the middle one, I should say. That's my one side, and this is this side. Now, this is going to be our flap, and you don't have to cover the whole piece that's underneath your flap. And I've just cut it that my flap goes a little bit, it's a little bit over, because we are going to glue it and then you won't see it. The measurement for this, so we need to cut 2 of it. Let me see which, let me turn it, that's better. And the measurements I've got, it is 5 1/4. 5 1/4 in the width, that will be enough, and then the length will be 8 inches, and you need 2 of them for your opposite pages. So this is the 2 that I picked, and we are going to glue it in. And when it's in, I just need to make sure my flowers are, yep, that's right. And then when your flap comes over, that is the effect. Now, the piece that I did cut off from this one, this is it. And that we put onto our flap. It fits perfectly. Let's glue this one in, and I can show you how to do your flap. I also round my corners. You will see around. I like to do that. Sharp corners can always bend. These ones you can just glue. You can use your score tape, but glue will be fine for this pattern paper. And just make sure you are away from your score line, and that's it. And we can finish it. I've just got a pencil mark. Right, so that is gonna be, I just want to see, yes, and with this one I also gonna do the corners, and I've got a pencil mark here as well. Okay, that is, you can turn it to have it the opposite before you do your corners, but I don't like this side with the flowers. That's why I just decided on just keep it with the flowers. So let's glue that one on as well. Okay, so we can burnish. Now when we done that, now we can close our flap. Now I would like to use my art glitter because I can get quite a nice thin line with this, and it is a good, it's a good glue. I've got a little bit of a, that's it. Now all you need to do is, until we use your corner starts, and on that side as well. Okay, now it will gonna seep out, but we just clean it. And that one there. And just clean that from my board. And our flap is down. Now you can get quite a lot. You can get quite a lot in there. And that looks quite good. I'm very happy with that one. So this is our for our middle page, and I can give you the measurements for this one. This is a nice big one. Oh, and it measures 7 5/8, and the length should be 8. That's it. Let's glue this one down. I think I must put score tape on this one as well, because our waterfall is going to come on here, and that's going to work hard. You know, you're going to open and close your waterfall. So let's do score tape all around. Now mine is all done. I've done my little flaps. Yes, I'm not very good, so I'd rather have that so I can pull it. Okay, and try as best as you can, but stay away, yes, from the score lines. I think that looks good. I can pull. That is very easy for me to do it that way, and most of the time I can get it right, and I do get it skewed sometimes as well. Don't worry, I do, but this is the best way I can do it. I've got a pencil mark here. Oh, no, don't rub it out. Don't rub it out. It should be there, Rina. Okay, that one should not be. That should be there. That is the marks for our waterfall, but I can still see it. Now that one is in, and let's come to this side, and we are gonna glue this down, and I'll show you when I'm done. I glue it in. I glue my flap down. Now the piece that I want to put on here, I think I've used it, so at the end we can come back and see what we've got from our scrap that is left. Yes, don't throw anything away. We will throw it away when we are done. This page, I'm gonna tell you why I want to use this one here, these flowers. This is in the small, it was in the small book, the 8 by, this one, the 8 by 6, and it is the back of our checkered, it was the back of this one. The bigger page, the 12 by 12, that is the back. I was a little bit disappointed in that, because that looks much nicer than that. Although I do like that as well, but this will be a better use than for that. why I did that is, remember our front page? I cut out the circle on because I wanted that, and that is what it is. But I still want to use that because when you put this on, those two are very nice together. It looks very pretty. That there, you can still put a photo there, but on the end I did keep this one and the band that I wanted to, well, it is just an offcut that I thought I will use it in the book. I still got this for an idea, but you can still put a photo there and I can still make that very pretty, and we will get to that. So that is it. That's a lesson to learn. When you do want to cut out in the middle of your paper, because that you can cover better than when you cut out like that. And when I've done it, I realize, but of course it was too late. That is my bag. Well, the one side of the cover page. The whole bag, I've put it aside, and I'm gonna do this one. But you're gonna say, oh, but you can't get it all in. Yes, I will. I can show you how we're gonna do that. So this one is the inside for the end of here, and then we're gonna put this one on this side. And I've put that away so we don't cut into this. This I'm putting away so I won't cut into that. And I always do my front last. I know there's a lot of people that like to do that when they start with the album. I'm too rough. I'm open and carry on, so that's why I don't like it. I prefer to do that last. Now, I did some pre-cuts already just to save some time, and I've got it ready, and I'm gonna work with you, and we are gonna do it together and put it in our book. I just want to get the waterfalls. This is all the waterfalls. They're all been cut, and we're just going to put that aside, so when we get to it we can do it. This was the first page, remember, that we did, and it's going to go in there, and then we've got our pocket to do. You will see I've got a lot of black showing here. That was a little bit too short, and I can see what's left, and then we can put something else there. There might be another piece of that we can use from our scraps, and then we will do that. And remember, we did our corner pocket, and then we need to get something for the corner pocket. Now we will go into the ephemeras, and that's what we're gonna see, what we can use to put on our corner pocket, and that's gonna come in here. This is the two that's coming in here. So I think we are ready to put it in. Now you can decide which way you want to do it. Do you want to put the small one in the front and then your bigger flip out, or the flip out first and then the smaller one? I'm gonna do it my flip out page first, because I've got that and that, the two decorative pockets, and I think they look much better when they are together. Right, and let's put it in so I can show you. just lifting again, just the side. Now our middle here is much wider than we've got for our flaps to go in, and I've done that for a reason, because if you put your photos in your pockets, you know, you need to have a little bit of more space. That is the reason behind it. Now to put this one in, I'm just gonna line it up. Just gonna line it up with my pattern paper here, because they all should be the same length. Now I think, and stay away. Yes, you're right. I think that is it. So I can press that down, pull it, and press it down. That's it. I'm happy with that one. Just want to get my and just finish it very well. That's our first page. Now this one, he is shorter than what that one is, all right? And when you put this one in, just remember to do your score line, and you can fold it. I've got my guide. And I'm just gonna take that one, so I'm gonna put it in, try and put it in the middle of my page, okay? And you can just eyeball it. I think it is. Now I can bring it over. Let's see, it's still in the middle, sort of, and I'm away from my score lines. If I bring my flap down, yes, I am, and then I'm just gonna press it down, pull it, and that is our pocket page. So there's quite a nice gap between it, so you know, when you put your heavy stuff in, that is space for it. We will come visit, and we will come and put something over there when we're done, so that it looks nice, because now you can see the two different pages, and then we will just discard that and you won't even know. That is on that side. The middle, let's do our waterfall. That's what we've cut. So what you need 4, and your measurements for that is 5.5. That's 5.5, and you're going to score. I've made it a little bit bigger, but if you do it 5.5, you should be fine. Otherwise, you do it the same exactly as what I did, 5 5/8, and you're going to score it at 5 1/4. The length, it's going to be 8 inches exactly. That's 4 of them. Your pattern paper, you're just going to put it on and measure to fit. My measurements for that is 5 inches, and this one it is 7 3/4 in the length. We do 4 of them, so you can dig into your stash and see what is gonna be nice for your front one. This is my front one. Why I picked that one, because when you open that, you've got that and that together. I haven't done anything for the back. We will come back and revisit that. Now, round your corners if you want to. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. So I'm gonna go and do my corners first. So I've got this corner punch, many years. I don't know if this company is still available. Creative Memories. This was made in Taiwan. I've probably got this for 15, 16 years. And it is still as sharp as the first day I got it. Just remember, just the one side. We're not doing that. There is our flap. Just our one side, and I'm going to turn it. Now, I don't like to work on my pages. Yes, accidents can happen. And let me finish all mine, and we can start putting them in. What you also can do, score tape on your flap that goes down. So when you face to the front, score tape on this side. If you want to start doing that, then we are ready. I've done all my waterfalls. They are all got score tape and the pattern paper. Now, to put it in evenly, some people say to me that it's very daunting. They can't get it straight if it's that long. I'm going to show you an easy way of doing it, but it's a little bit measuring in it. Because of the width that we've got here, our width is 7 5/8. That's why just 4 of them will fit in here. The first one, what I normally, when I decided to make a waterfall, I start from this side and I make sure it's even with my paper, and I will make a mark. Then I know in this space here I can fit my waterfall, and that's when I can decide how many I want and how wide my flap will be. That's why I came to 4 of them. The first one that we are going to put in, we're going to measure from our paper pattern where the white paper starts there, and we're going to measure a quarter, 3/4. 3/4. We're going to measure 3/4 at the top, and we're going to make a pencil mark. In between, it is a 1/2 inch, and measure from your pencil mark a 1/2 inch and a pencil mark. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, until you get to your mark that you've made, and that is 1/2 inch. That's how easy it is. Now to put these ones in, you can just lift one side, let me turn it this way. It's easier to pull. You'll see why. See, now it's easy to pull. Where my fold line going to be, I'm going to put it on top of my pencil line and on top of my pencil line. So I don't need to rub it out. And we can pull this off. Now we could have done another one because there is space. I think there is, and then it's there. But for me, it's too close to the score line there, and to have something that's so when you open, you've got your photos, you've got enough space, and then you've got photos on this side. So that's what it is. If you want, you can put another page in. Now we're going to go to the next one. So you can decide on your pattern papers, you know, how you want to put it. So the next one should actually just butt up to that one. I'm going to do all mine, and then I can show you. What I've got here for our waterfall closure, I'll show you. Mine is in, and I'm happy with it. I've got a little bit of white showing there. I'm happy with it. We can always revisit at the end. And that is my waterfall. Now, we need to close this because this won't keep, it won't stay flat. Even if you've got your photos, it will be a little bit higher. We need to, and we're going to cut 4 inches by 6.5, and we're going to score at 6. The 6.5 side, half. Now my one is a little bit shorter than the other one. You can do that as well if you want to, but you don't need to. It's just I had this piece. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put that one there. We're going to lift all this up. We're going to put that one there, and we're going to close it with a magnet. We can round our corners, and if you didn't put an extra one here, you should have a space here to put it. Then we need to look for some pattern paper for this, and I'm just going to put my book to that side. Now before we do the pattern paper, I just want to grab my small school board. We need to score a little bit more. We need to give us some play when you've got your photos in for this to close nicely. We've put it on our school board, and that's the long way. and I've scored on the 1/2 inch. So we're just going to go 1 notch on, and that's where we're going to do another score line. And my cardstock is thick. I have to do it. And we do it on both of them. And it's nice to have a small scoreboard for things like this. And then we're going to fold on our second score line as well. And let's do this one. Now we can look for pattern paper and get our magnets. I think I'm gonna have the longer one on this side, the shorter one on that side. Does it matter? No, not really. Yep, I'll probably put the longer one over the shorter one. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and we are going to put score tape and score tape. So the score tape I like to use is the 3/8 score tape. I prefer it because it really fits most of my my flaps that I make. This bone folder is a Teflon bone folder, and I can burnish, get all the air out. I can turn it, and I can cut my score tape. You know, if I'm a little bit over like that, you can just roll it in with your finger or cut it with your scissors. But I normally just rolled it in. Then I don't dirty my scissors. Okay, let me see that one. I'll show you with this one how to roll it in. And let's round the corners. Our corners and pattern paper. You can have a look in your stash. That's a nice one, maybe on the bigger one. That will fit nicely, and it's going to go with my top. And a little piece for here. Now I've got my magnets ready. They're very small. I think they're 1 millimeter in thickness, and they should be .3/8. This is the magnets I like because they're thin and they're very, very good. First, and then we will line up these ones with them. I still want to know which one I'm gonna. Let me take it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my black ones, my black flip outs in first, so I can decide which one I want to really go over. That side is fine. Where I am going to put it in the middle, and yes, I'm gonna put it let me take the guide off the paper. That's it. And I am away from my score line. Good. Let's do this one. So I'll bring it over so I can see my first score line. And just gonna lift it. And let's line this up. That should be fine. Pinch, hold, flip over, and take this off. If you think you moved, just want to push mine a little bit so that my second score line is level with that. No, it should be your first score line. Sorry guys, your first score line level with that, not your second one. My second one is still there. It's your first one. And we will press it down. Yes, you can see that's very enough space there, and they still doesn't matter, really doesn't matter. So now let's do our magnets. Okay, come on, come on. Now don't put your magnets too close to the edge. I cannot do it with these magnets. They are too strong. They would tear my paper. And okay, the backing is off. And let's bring this over. And now we can lift it, and there they are. And then we will put our pattern papers on here. And they're really nice magnets. I do get it from, you know, that place that we all hate to get stuff from. But that's all I get from them is my magnets. Yes, you wait a long time to get it. Now we can put our pattern paper on, and you can just glue it. You don't need to have tape to if you want to, you can use your tape, but really you can save it on where you really need to use your tape. The school tape, it is expensive. I don't know if you do get from I think it is scrapbook.com. They've got nice tape as well, but it will work out exactly the same for me if I need to order it online, because the country where I am is very far from everything. And burnish it very well, especially over the magnets, but be careful, don't make that your paper, don't damage your paper over your magnets that you can see. It is easy to do that. And I'm just gonna go and bring that over, and then let's do this one as well. Let me finish it off. You don't need to see me gluing my paper on. Just want to add. So that is on, and I think it looks very good, and it will keep all your photos together. We can do some strips on the end, and also for this one I normally trying to make a little pocket, or it's something that you can use this side of the page because it's quite a big one. You can still use something that's very flat. You want to document something down, what's happening in the book. This is a perfect spot to do that. I do like journaling in my books. Yes, what's happening on with the photos and things like that. Now we're gonna go on to this page, the middle one. Let's see, I've got it all together. I just need to sort it out. Let me sort this out and I will be back. I do have my paper for my second flip out page, but I want to use this one, but it's a little bit too short, and I made this pocket to go on. Also, I would like to have the flowers at the bottom, and otherwise I could have done that and have a pocket here, but then I decided I will have the flowers at the bottom and I'll have my pocket at the top, and you won't even know that I was short with paper. That's going to be my front, and then for the back I've decided for this one, and the paper that you need to have should measure 5 3/4 by 8 inches, and round my corners, and then I can do that on the back. First I am gonna do the front, and I'm gonna glue this down, and then my pocket. Let's turn this around. For the back, I'm not 100% sure if I want to do something on the paper. I still got my oval. Remember my oval that I cut out? And I've got a piece of black cardstock that I can do something with it. And I will just have a look and see. Okay, let's glue this on. This one, the measurement should be exactly the same as this one. And I just want to move to the right. And that's burnished. I love this bone folder. It's so nice. It's so good to have it in your hand. I do like the round one as well, These two are my best ones that I like the most. And then let's put on our pocket. So the pocket is exactly the same as we do when we do the pockets on our other pages. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue and a thin line on this side, and a thin line on this side. That's going to be the top. We have to close our pocket. And I did round the corner because the corner is round there. And we're going to put it, I'm going to just level it with the top of my page. Score line is opened, and on that side it should be following with your pattern paper if you do the same as what I did. And just burnish it. Make sure it is flat, my points, and the points there are flat. So that is our pocket, and it is a nice pocket. We're going to dig into our ephemeras and see what we can put on there, and I think that it really comes out very nice. This side, this is what I was not 100% sure what to do. Just need to clean some of the glue. Okay, this was the two pieces, and I still think I can use it. I can use it like that as a pocket. That was my original idea. This piece is 1.5 by 5 7/8. And pattern paper for it. I'm going to dig into my scraps here and see what I can find. Okay, the little bee. And where shall we put it? Let's put the little bee at the top here. And let's do our heart. Okay, and I'm just gonna glue this just on the side. Let's do and we do that. And remember, don't go over. I think I've got a lot of glue there. Yes. Don't go over there, because then you're going to glue it onto the page. I think mine is a bit skewed. Turn. That's better. Let me see. Okay, did not go over. And this one, just a line of glue, and then we will put it on the page. But I'm going to let this dry because this might move. And let's glue that page in. Now let's do this side. That is going to go down that way, and that's going to go down that way. But I want to wrap these flaps around those ones. Let's turn it. That flap and that flap around there. That's what I want to do. And then we can put it in. That's the idea. Score tape on these flaps, and then we can put it in. Just use my pound folder. Let's finish, turn around, and let's do that side as well. Now, don't forget your line of glue at the bottom. A lot of people do score tape. Sometimes I do score tape, but I think the score tape, it's gonna have an edge and it's gonna stop you. You know, it's stopping. That's why I stopped doing it. I rather prefer using my glue. Then we can bring this over. I'm just going to do the one side. And that's going to be on its place. I think so. Am I from the score line? Yes. And I just want to burnish it down. My glue trick did not work. Now for the glue. Taking this off, and I've got a piece of fluff. Bring this down straight. That's it. Make sure these points are down. Right. Now we can put this one in and we can slide it in. That's so much easier. We can put some of our glue on it. It's just starting to rain and it's cooling off. We can breathe again. I don't know if you can hear the rain. It is coming down buckets loads. Now lift it up and the best as you can, really the best. It is easy, but you know, just try the best. And just gonna burnish it. Make sure. Yep, it's all down. Now we can put it in our book. I just want to. Now you also can decide how you want to do it. I do have this pattern paper with that, and if I fold these ones over, I've got this side. It all flows. Now if you do put yours in, make sure it is lined up, and you can decide it if you want to put the little one in. I've got that as well, but I'm gonna do my little one on this inside, on this side. Then I also had this little one in mind, and maybe it's too much. Maybe it's way too much. Maybe it's too much. No, I will not do that. And first I'm gonna do my bigger one, and I'm just trying to take a small piece off and a small piece on this side. And we can put it in. Away from my score line. And it is level with my page. And I'm going to press it down. I'm happy. If you're happy, you can do the same. Let's turn it, and it's in. That's actually very nice, the two together. And let's put this one in, and this one will fit nicely. We're going to do it in the middle. I'm going to pull it all off. Yes. And I'm going to make sure I'm away from my score line and straight. And I'm down. That's it, guys. We are done with our pages. Just a few things to do. I still got this fluff on the side. Oops. Let me just trim it. That's it. And I'm happy with the pages. Let's see if we can. We need to close. This needs to come in, that needs to come in, this comes in, and that comes in. That's it. That is our book so far. Now, I just need to do the back page. Let's do the back one. I'm just going to get the paper ready for the back one. Now remember, I had this piece like that. It was in an L shape. And I just cut it down. And I put the one side on here and it fits perfectly. And I cut that one and it fits perfectly. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue, just to glue it on. And then this one I'm going to glue on, and it's going to overlap. I'm not fussed about that. I don't want to cut it off. It's just going to be a waste of paper. And just let's glue it down. If you do have a big piece in your stash that you can use it, then use it. I am really getting to the last bit of mine. And just make sure I've got enough black showing all around. And I am going to burnish it, but very lightly, but still. If you can press a little bit harder on yours, just be careful. You've got all your other stuff in, alright? And we can do this one. And it's gonna go down. And down. Mine moved, so just be careful if yours moved. Okay. For that, you can go into your stash and see if you do have strips left, and we can do a strip over it, and we can do some ephemeras on top of it. But first, we need to get strips for the side here and that side there. So that is our spine, and that measures and 1 inch. So we need to cut 7/8 of an inch, and we're gonna cut, oops, sorry, and that should be 8 inches, and that's 8 1/4, sorry, and we're gonna cut down 8 inches. Any strips, what you've got left, you can use. If you don't want to put anything there, you don't have to. But I think I am going to do something. I'm going to put something over there. And I'm just going to go into my stash. Let me see what I've got left over, and I can show you. Let me show you. I've did my pattern paper, and I used the same one on both ends on the spine. Now I need to revisit my book now. While I was looking for the strips for the spines, I also put aside for this one, and I think this is what I'm going to use because it fits nicely with the color, and I just need to trim it down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down this side, and I'm just going to make a pencil mark, and it seems like it's just the one side I have to trim down. I'm just going to leave my offcuts on the side here for my strips, and I will dig into it. So the first thing that we are going to do, our book is done with the pages. Now we're going to do our photo mats. Normally that is a very personal thing. You can do it yourself, but I will show you what I do. It's not very secretive or things like that. It's just it's the photo that you want to put in. That is the mat you need to make, or small ones, big ones, large ones, any sizes you can put in this book. That's why I've made it 8 by 7, so you can do it whatever size you need. I'm just going to grab, I've cut a black, I'll have to cut this down. Okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll show you with this side, with this one, and it's so much easier. Okay, so you can see it is a nice tight fit, and it is, if you put it in, it comes here to the end. This is the one that I've cut with a flap. I've used this, I keep using this. If I do cut too much, I use this for my next project. Let's do it. This is just a plain sheet. What you can do with you just got a plain sheet is you can measure. That's 8 inches, and that is, I will do 5.5. This is 5 7/8, but I will do 5.5, and I will do 7.5. That's what I will cut. 7.5, and I make my mark, and I will go to 5.5, and I will make my mark. So this is the size that we need. But now if you want to make it in a booklet, when you cut that size, that is a photo mat, a single photo mat. But if you want to make it in a booklet, that is a little bit different. You're going to have to score Getting out your scoring board. Sorry, they are busy building next to us, and that is the noise that you hear. We're going to go on to our 5.5 mark, and we're going to score at the 5.5 mark. Let's score. We still need to trim this down. We still got our mark there that we need to trim it down. And I'm just going to use my grid board. My ruler. I line it up. Sorry for that. And I can cut with my knife. And then we can cut it down. There's just, I think, a little bit of that it's not even. Okay, so this is our booklet. A single one, just like that, is when it's cut out here. That's a photo mat, and this is a booklet. And a booklet will fit perfectly in. And that's it. Then you can go and put decorative paper on it. Now you've got the measurements for right throughout where you've got pockets. You can do, I like to do booklets. I really like to, because you can put so much more in it. And don't forget to round your corners. Okay, my booklet is done, and I've put my pattern paper on it. So let's put it now in. It's ready to stay in the pocket. Now we're gonna go from the beginning. I've done this little one. It's also a photo mat, and it keeps this one close. We still need to do our belly band, and I wonder if there is any strips here. I think this one, that one is going to be perfect. While I'm at it, I'm just going to trim this down, and I'm going to fit it, and then I'll show you when I'm done. I found this in the ephemeras, and I think that will go in very nice onto the belly band, but I am going to back it onto black cardstock because this is not very thick and it might get damaged. I found this one as well, and it is so perfectly for that. I will glue that on there. I think it looks very nice. Let me show you what I mean by putting this on black cardstock. I've got some offcuts. That one will fit on that, and there's the house will fit on that one. I just want to put this away so I can show you. So that is all I do. I'm going to turn it, and then I'm just going to cut all around it, and the same with that one, cut all around it so that there is a black border. I've put that on, and I think it looks very nice with the black background matting, and then you can put in your photos very easily. So while I was waiting for that to get dry, I've made a photo mat for my side pocket. And more can go in here, but for now that will be it. I just want to get, even if you put black, just plain black, it also looks very nice. So we can close this one, and this is our closure. It's this little photo mat. Yes, that's what we can call it, a photo mat. And that can go in there. We opened, and then we can do another photo mat here. But what I would like to do is get into my ephemeras, and I did, and I found this flower, and I think that flower will look very nice. There is another one, but it's very big. It's very big. I think I will do this one. I will put that one on black as well. On the ephemeras for over here, I would like to do something over there, but I don't found anything there that I like to put. Oh, let's see that one, that flower. We can do that flower. There's not really anything in that green. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. It is not really what the color is. I think the color is light brown. It is actually a green color. And then I just need to get another strip for that part there that I was short. And I found this one. I don't think I do have that. Let's see. This is my strips that I've got left. I'm really on the last. Now I think I might just do a small strip of that, and that will look good. I'm just gonna measure this. I think you don't have the same problem as what I've got here. I'm just gonna measure, and on that side I'm gonna cut this down, and I'll come back and I'll show you when I've got that all glue in. I've put that piece in, and yes, it's not too bad, not too bad. My magnets all done. Now you can go into your book and you can start doing your decorative pieces. We are really done with our book. Oh, sorry. Let's do our front page and the closure. Now I've got two options for you. You can use magnets to close it down, some big magnets, or ribbon. I'm going to use ribbon, but I've got seam binding and we can use that. That is probably too much. Yes, I think it's way too much. So the seam binding is just going to come from here and from here. So I'll probably, let's do this. So another eyeball, and I'm just going to cut it in half. I can tell you how much this is or how long this is. It's probably 12 inches. It's a little bit longer than 12, so that's 12. It's 13, 12, 13, 14, 15 inches. 15 inches long. And we can cut it in half. So before we put our page on, we can put that down, and I'm going to use a score tape for this. And let's try and do it in the middle. I think I'm fine. And the other piece, just want to get my score tape ready. I might not just over that one. Just kind of pushed it down so I can see. I just don't want a too big of a piece of the score tape. I just need enough, and I can put that one back, because on here we are going to put some ephemera that can cover that, and this is how we're going to close our book, our folio. It's going to come up to, I don't want to pull it very tight until we've got it nice and secure. So that is it. Now we can do the paper. Our front, and I like to do some score tape on mine as well. I'm going to do score tape around, one in the middle, and fill it in with glue. So are you ready? Let's do it. Remember this one, we need to take this one off as well. And I think I'm ready. Let's do it. So the best as you can, really, if you can take your time with this, with your front page, because this is going to showcase your book, and if you can have it, I think I'm good. I'm going to pull this one out. I'm going to open this. Oops, let's put it down like that, and you've got better control, and you can probably should have done this in the first place so you can put your page down very easy, and just the corners, put it down, make sure it's down. Okay, leave it. Let's leave it this way. Now we're gonna do our shaker thing. And I need to get that out. Now, what you can do, score tape, glue, and you can put it in straight like that. It's not too bad. I'm going to do mine on an angle. I think on an angle looks nice. That's not bad. I do like this idea as well, but I like that also. You can do it any way you like, straight or on an angle. Let's do the score type. Okay guys, what I've done now is I've put my magnet. I lift it a little bit so I can get my magnet in. I forgot to tell you we need to close this with a magnet. So I lifted a little bit, got my magnet in, got this one on top. That's why it is so close to the edge, but I think that would be fine. I thought this will be easy. It will stay down. This will be heavy enough, but it is not. When you have your book like this, it keeps on flapping open. Sorry, if you've got your book standing up like that, it keeps on flapping open, and that's why I decided now we can use a small magnet for it. I hope you can get a magnet in. Yes, I didn't struggle. I've got this one from, it is a circuit, and it's easy to lift the page, and I just slide the magnet in. And that's it. It's close very well. Now we can go back into our book, and let's see what we're going to do with this. I'm still thinking of leaving it like that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something around it, like it is not just so plain. I'm going to go and dig into the best is yet to come. I'm just going to go and put it onto black cardstock. Just need to grab pieces. That's it. I'm going to glue it on and I'll show you.